Back on the SportsMax zone now when the Caribbean Senior Squash Championships begin on Sunday in Kingston, Jamaica. The local star Binnie will be seeking a record-extending 10th individual title. It will also be his first opportunity to win on home soil. It's been 3 years since the tournament was last held due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but the 33-year-old starts as a hot favourite to add to his historic collection of titles. His mom and tournament chairperson Binnie spoke about his readiness for the event.
As everybody knows, it's been a rough couple of years with COVID, so he wasn't able to train for a while. But this year he's got back into training. He's played a few tournaments, went to Commonwealth Games, so he is well prepared now to come to this event, and he's very excited to come and play.
So says mom. Cameron Stafford, who has lost 5 finals to Binnie, including in 2019, is listed to play only in the team event. However, good competition is expected from his doubles partner Julian Jervis. The two won the consolation title for the Cayman Islands at the recent Commonwealth Games. Jervis also reached the second round of the singles event in Birmingham. And we are pleased to welcome Binnie and Jervis to the SportsMax zone. Binnie joins us in studio and Jervis is on Zoom. Jervis, let me hear you, brother.
Hi there, how's it going, man?
When are you arriving in Jamaica?
I arrive tomorrow. I'm on the 5:45 flight, so I believe I get there around 6:30 p.m. tomorrow.
And how pumped up are you for this event?
Oh man, I'm really gunning for it. I think it's a great opportunity. It's like close to home soil for me. A lot of my family is based in Jamaica, so it's like my second home. So it's awesome to be able to play in the tournament and have such a good opportunity to do so well in it. So close to home for me,
Yeah, and do you agree with a favorite label that has been given to Binnie?
I don't know about all of that.
you don't know about that?
No, I'm just playing, man. Chris is a legend of the Caribbean. We all look up to him. Even as an opponent of his and a rival of his, I look up to him. And the things that he's done for the Caribbean are amazing. Like in the last Commonwealth Games, the one prior to this one, I believe he made it to the quarterfinals, which is just astounding for the population sizes we have out here in the Caribbean. So yeah, no, most definitely he's deserving of the favorite title, but we'll see how it plays out.
Okay, yeah, we hear some combat developing here. Chris, welcome to the SportsMax zone. Great to have you. It's not the first time that you've been in our studios. Your Commonwealth Games experience, you got into the main draw. Adrian Waller, ranked 25 in the world, the British player, knocked you out. How was your experience at the Commonwealth Games, and how much did it sharpen you for these Caribbean Championships starting this weekend?
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, it's always a great experience to represent Jamaica. This was, I think, my 4th Games, so I guess I'm a little more experienced now going into these events. But I've been playing on the professional tour for a long time, and I had a series of events leading into the tournament, so I was ready. I was good to go, and unfortunately, he was better than me on the day, and you just kind of regroup and go again. So, yeah.
Yeah, you spoke about experience. Can you just elaborate a bit more on the importance of experience when competing among the best?
Definitely. I mean, I think you have to throw yourself, into the big pond. I think in the Caribbean, it's obviously a smaller talent pool, it's a smaller community, and so when you play in like the Caribbean events and local events, you could do well. But as soon as you start touching the international scene, that's where you start to really test your mettle. And I think getting the experience at a young age at those events, like like the junior events, the US Junior Opens and the British Junior Opens and the World Junior Championships, those then give you a platform to move on, to bigger events and then college and hopefully the professional tour. So I was lucky enough to have kind of a roadmap to do all that, and thankfully I've been pretty successful, so I'm very grateful for it.
Right, and as you speak about that, it brings me to the question about the importance of competitions like these that will be held in Jamaica to give you the opportunity now to compete against other Caribbean countries and, just pitch yourself as to where you're ranked.
Yes, so I mean, for the event, I guess I'm the #1 seed coming in.
You are. No guessing.
I am. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played at home at this level against this kind of competition in quite some time. I mean, we have a lot of strong Jamaicans in the draw, so on a yearly basis, pre-COVID, I was playing them in the Nationals event, but now having all of the players from around the Caribbean, the best from the Caribbean, it'll be great to kind of see where I am and how everyone else is, and hopefully I can grab another title.
Yeah, well, Julian is still with us. Julian, what are you looking forward to most at the end of this squash competition here in Jamaica?
For me, first and foremost, just getting back to the scene of playing competitively in the Caribbean. It's really like, it's a family affair for me whenever we get together at these Caribbean tournaments. So seeing everybody and just reconnecting with all of these people that I hold so closely to my heart, so dearly to my heart, is going to be amazing for me. But also, I'm really gunning to do as well as I can. I've never placed in the top 3 in the Caribbean before, so that's definitely a goal of mine at the very least. And then I feel as though we're bringing a very strong team over in terms of the team event. So Cayman hasn't won the team event in as long as I can remember, but I feel like this year is a very positive year for us, and we've been training very hard. We have a new national coach in, so I feel like the opportunities are beckoning, and I'm really excited just to get going with it.
Yeah, Julian, how much did the Commonwealth Games experience sharpen you for these Caribbean Championships? So you succeeded at in the plate final in the doubles, and just weeks before this major event. So how much has that sharpened you?
Oh, immensely. Not only has it sharpened me, but it's given me like an extreme air of confidence. I feel like as though not only me, even the entire team is exuding a lot of confidence after the tournament. Like, as Chris so well put about experience, the importance of experience. In my career, I was able to play in college. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to go away to too many international tournaments as a junior, so majority of my experience came in university, and now hopefully, potentially, as I move to maybe go on to the tour, that's where most of my experience will come. So something as big as the Commonwealth Games, it's the biggest scene there is for squash internationally, and I'm fortunate enough that one of the few tournaments that I've gotten to play internationally was that Games, and obviously we were able to do reasonably well. So that has just given me and everybody on our team like tremendous confidence and experience going into this Games. Like, it's a completely different scene playing in a competitive match internationally than it is to training, and we train every day, but it's a completely different feeling. It gets the lungs open in a completely different way, so it's awesome to have that, in the backpack going forward.
Talk to us about Cameron Stafford as a teammate. He had been the foremost squash player from the Cayman Islands for some time, as we just mentioned, had tackled Chris Binnie in several men's finals in the past. What's his game like at the moment? Because I see on the pro circuit, I'm not seeing him.
Yeah, Cameron has always been, in my opinion, Cameron's a generational talent in terms of what he can do with the racket. I think his racket skills are uncomparable to the majority of people in the world, honestly. I think, like I say, just a generational talent from that aspect. Majority of his time he spends now coaching, I believe, so he's more of a full-time coach these days. So his competitive training was a little bit, it was less than what we would have expected from him for a little while. But I mean, in the last couple of months, like I said, since we brought in the coach, he's been training very hard again. And what Cameron has, he doesn't lose. That racket skill is just something next level. So his game on any given day, I feel as though he can take anybody by surprise with his racket skills, and I think that's what he's going to be coming into these games looking to implement.
Yeah, Chris, you just referenced the strength of the Jamaica team. You said there are some solid players in this Jamaica team. How much do you expect the home court advantage to assist the Jamaicans in being champions at this tournament? Because in the past, well, certainly at the junior level, the Guyanese have been dominant. And even at the senior level, they've shown themselves to be quite a handful as well.
Yeah, it will be hugely. I mean, again, we haven't played a senior event here in maybe 10 years. We were trying to figure it out this morning when the last time was. And so I think...
07, we're told.
Yeah.
07, all right.
So that's actually...
Before I was playing.
Yeah, so that's long.
So yeah, I think none of these players, the men's and women's, either team have played in front of a home crowd, at this level. So I think that will be a huge boost, to our chances. I think we have one of the stronger men's teams we could have. We have one of our stronger female teams as well. So I think we're going to have a really good chance at winning the overall event. I mean, don't want to talk too soon, but I hope we do. I think it'll be good.
How pleased are you with the current state of squash in Jamaica and maybe in the Caribbean?
Yeah, I think it's developed a lot. COVID was a big hit, which I think for most sports and most people in general, COVID was a huge hit. And as we said, the last time they held this event was in 2019 in Guyana. So this is now 3 years on, I think. Yeah. So I mean that there is this whole group that didn't get that experience of playing at this level to then, you know, and it kind of cascades as it goes up, right?
Yeah.
So I think having this event again is going to be a great push in terms of Caribbean squash getting back on track, the juniors being able to see, you know, this kind of level squash, Jamaican squash getting back on track. I mean, we have in our team, I think we have 2 or 3 players who won junior titles on the men's side, and on the women's side we have the same. So now these players are now getting a platform on the senior level to really push through and hopefully make their name and beat me up eventually too. So
Well, hopefully. We're going to bring in Julian now. Julian, do you think more can be done where squash is concerned, and are you happy with the state of squash right now?
I think from the point of view of the players themselves, I feel as though everybody is working tremendously hard, and the results really show that from not only Cayman, but from all the regions in the Caribbean. I feel as though for, like I said, population size considered, comparable to all the other countries in the world, I think that we're doing a tremendous job. I'd say in terms of just recognition generally from our own governments, I feel as though that's something that could potentially be looked into, just because in other sports we see tons of recognition, whereas in squash I feel as though on a global stage we do comparably quite a bit better and don't always get as much recognition, but that I'm sure that is the case with any growing sport, and I feel as though squash is a growing sport, particularly in the US and in the Western world. So I feel as though that's something to come, and I think that squash is definitely on the up and up, and we have a lot of great players who have now become great coaches within the region, such as Cameron and myself taking over the reins of coaching in Cayman, and the same is going on in all the other Caribbean countries. So I think that we're looking forward, both having junior and senior Castle coming back. I think that we're trending in a positive direction, most definitely.
Right, and Chris, this one is for you. The JOA president spoke about, creating a regional academy that would, of course, assist in the development of squash. Do you think that is a good move?
Yeah, I think Mr. Samuda at the JOA, he's done a lot for squash, and also like my career. I mean, he's definitely helped give me a platform to succeed on the professional tour, and I guess my ranking move kind of coincided with his reign, So I think it's a great idea. He definitely has a vision what he wants for all sports. I think the Squash Association in Jamaica would back that idea. And I think the region would also. I mean, we have a lot of talent. It's just very difficult. As he said, I don't think we have the resources all maybe in one specific place. But if it's pooled together, I think it would be a great idea. And then to Julian's point, there's probably 4 or 5 players now who were professionals in the Caribbean. One was from Bermuda, one was from Cayman, who was Cameron. There's one from Guyana, and and a few others. And these players are all now coaching. I mean, that's how it starts. Before we maybe had a few players. I know Karen Anderson was now the president.
Yes.
Like she briefly went professional, and Marlene West. I don't know if she ever did, but she was a leading talent in the Caribbean, and a few others. But that's how it starts. You have a group that goes out and does it. Brings back the experience. Now you have a foundation, a new level, and then it can keep being passed on. So a regional setup, regional cooperation. I mean,
you're all for it.
Yeah.
Julian, do you agree with Chris's take on that proposed academy regionally?
Oh, most definitely, and that would be regionally within the Caribbean.
Yes.
Oh, most definitely. I've actually had ideas of the same. So hearing it now, to be honest, is news to me. But hearing that now is riveting for me, because I feel as though it's always been in my personal experience growing up through the juniors, I feel as though I was potentially a little bit too competitive with my regional compatriots, and it took me maturing as a person and going into the senior age categories to really start to look at the region as the family that it really is. And I feel as though when we do pool together, when we're at larger tournaments, not just at the Caribbean tournaments, we have such strength in numbers, and other regions really see that and they envy it. And I feel as though if we pool all of our resources, as Chris said, I think that the ceiling is just we'll blow the ceiling off the roof of the house, So yeah, that's actually a very exciting idea, and I look forward to hearing more information on it.
Yeah, well, Julian, thanks for talking to us here on the SportsMax Zone. Chris, Binnie, thanks as well. That was a proposal from the president of the Jamaica Olympic Association, Chris Samuda, that it actually should be something that should happen. And let's see where the administrators will take it from there. But we look forward to seeing Julian arrive in Jamaica with his Cayman Islands team as we get ready for battle this weekend in the Caribbean Senior Squash Championship. The Caribbean Juniors went off a few weeks ago with the Guyanese emerging champions there. And I should tell you, of course, that the Caribbean Senior Championship starting Sunday in Kingston, Jamaica will be live on SportsMax down to the back end and the title-winning stages of the competition. So you can look forward to live coverage on SportsMax and SportsMax 2 for the Castor Seniors after the break at the track.